Hello all. So here we are towards the last part of our moment of inertia numericals. So just to brush up with some of the formulas. I know the picture is not very clear, but then you will be able to make out what is written. We'll just go through the standard formulas for moment of inertia of standard figures. A rectangle, when I have a rectangle as shown in the figure over here, and so this I call it as B, and this is called as D. I know my Ix is along this axis and Iyy is along this axis. So Ix is given by B D cubed by 12 and Iyy is given by D B cubed by 12, right? So you all have already seen the derivations for this. Similarly, next, when we have a triangle whose height is h and base is b, x-axis is which is passing through the centroid, which is h by 3, and this is the y-axis. Okay, so moment of inertia of this triangle about its base AB is bh cubed by 12, and about x-axis is bh cubed by 36, and about y-axis is 2 times of bh cubed by 12. Now, what is this 2 times is? I just want to tell you, Iyy is this axis. So when I divide this triangle along this axis, I get 2 triangles over here. This is one of the triangle and this is another triangle. So in this triangle, this becomes the base and this is the height. Similarly, this is the base and this is the height. So there are 2 triangles about the bases. So that is 2bh cubed by 12, wherein b is the base, that is h, and height is going to be b by 2. So when I'm substituting for this over here, I will be probably writing for particularly this, the base becomes equal to h and height becomes equal to b by 2. Okay, so for this formula, especially for Iyy, because it becomes, this is Iyy and there are 2 triangles, 1 and 2 triangles about the base. So this is how it is going to go. Okay, then next we have I'll just erase this. Next we have a circle. Sorry, the diagram is not very clear, but this is a circle and this is y-axis and this is the x-axis, right? So here is your circle whose d is the diameter, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So Ixx is given by, or Ixx and Iyy are same because it's a symmetrical figure, pi r raised to 4 by 4, or in terms of d, pi d raised to 4 by 64. Just going through the formulas, okay? Then we have a semicircle as of as in this case. So this is your base and this is your semicircle. Here you have your x-axis and here your y-axis. This is going to be the diameter and this is going to be the radius. So IAB is pi r raised to 4 by 8. Ixx is 0.11 r raised to 4 and Iyy is pi r raised to 4 by 8. So you should know these formulas when you are solving the numericals. When we have a quarter circle, this is a quarter circle, this is radius, this is also radius. When I find the CG, this is where the CG is going to lie, right? So 4r by 3 pi, 4r by 3 pi. Here Ixx and Iyy are equal to 0.0554 r raised to 4, and about its base AB is pi r raised to 4 by 16. So these are some of the standard cases. You have already seen few of the numericals, standard numericals, wherein ICT sections were taken. Here we have another set of numericals which are small in nature. You get it for the lower marks. So look at this figure. Determine the MI about the x-axis axis for the figure shown below. So this is your x-axis axis. Okay. This is the x-axis axis. They have given us, this is a rectangle which is shaded. There is a circle over here and there is a triangle. So about this axis, I want to find the MI. So what are the numbers? So how many figures are there? There is a rectangle, there is a circle, there is a triangle. And shaded, if I'm talking of, the circle is not shaded. So I'll say rectangle MI plus the triangle MI minus the MI of the circle. And the rectangle and triangle are about the base, and circle I have to use the parallel axis theorem, whereas it is I self plus AH square. Okay, so let us begin with the calculation part. So moment of inertia about x axis is given by mi of a triangle about its base, because x axis is at the base of the triangle. Mi of a rectangle about its base minus mi of a circle using parallel axis theorem. So what is the formula for the triangle about the base? Mi is bh cube by 12. So b is this, h is 120 divided by 12. B is 100. Okay. Then next we have the rectangle about its base. So b is 100, h is 150. BD cube by 3, sorry, BD cube by 3 for a rectangle. So D is your 150 and B is 100. This is for a rectangle. Then we have to deduct for a circle. And when I'm using for a circle, because it is not touching anywhere, and I have to go ahead with the parallel axis theorem, I self I have to use first. I self for a circle minus uh, AD square plus AD square. Okay. So I self for a circle is pi r raised to 4 by 4. So r is given over here. Small radius is 25. It is written over here. So pi r raised to 4 by 8 minus area of a circle pi by 4 d square, and d a d square. D is the distance of the CG to the axis where you want to find. Okay. So this is the CG of the circle. This is the base. So this distance is 75. Right. So you will notice here now when I'm substituting for the same, it is 100 into 120 cube by 12, 100 into 50, 150 cube by 3 minus I self plus A pi r, r square 4 into d square 75 square. Okay, substitute, you get the answer. So this is a very simple example where I have a rectangle about the base, triangle about the base, and the circle. Clear? Next, find the CG, the figure if it is not clear. There is a semicircle like this, semicircle like this, sorry, there is a semicircle like this, and there is a semicircle like this. Okay, so we will just go across the standard figure. Mi of the shaded figure about the axis AA. Okay, so this is my axis AA. So this is a semicircle about the base, semicircle about the base, and semicircle of about the base. So when he says shaded, only this is the shaded area. So I'll have to write mi of a semicircle about the base AA, bigger circle, plus mi of a smaller circle about the base minus mi of a smaller circle about the base, that is this. So 1, 2 and 3. When I'm writing mi of a semicircle about the base, it is pi r raised to 4 by 8. Okay, formalize here. So in case of a bigger circle, r is capital R. So pi r raised to 4 by 8. For the next small circle, that is this one, r becomes equal to r by 2. So pi r raised to 4, I substitute r as r by 2 divided by 8. Okay, that is this circle. Then I have to deduct the circle, that is minus pi r is r by 2. Here also radius is r by 2 raised to 4 by 8. These two cancel each other and I will be left up with only pi r raised to 4 by 8. You can substitute for pi 3.142 divided by 8 and get this particular value for moment of inertia of the shaded figure about AA axis. Then we have this figure. The figure is not very clear. Determine the mi of a square lamina side A about an axis passing through its diagonal. So there is a square lamina like this. This is a square which is placed like this. Okay, about an axis. So determine the mi of the square lamina about passing through the diagonal. So this is the diagonal. The side of this axis is given by A. Okay, the side of the axis is given by distance is A. I have to find mi. So what we'll do is the square I will have to find it about this axis, a diagonal axis. So I will place it in such a way that diagonal becomes my x axis. I know this sides are A, and then I can use the formula for the mi of a triangle about its base. Such two triangles are there, so that would be the mi about its diagonal axis. The formula for mi of a triangle about the base is bh cube by 12. So I have to have b h cube by 12. So I know b, this is going to be the length of the diagonal we can find, and we have to find the height of the triangle. Okay. So now look here, the length of the diagonal when I want to do, if I want to find this length of the diagonal, I know this is A, this is A, and this is 90 degrees. So this becomes your hypotenuse side. So under root A square plus A square, so that becomes A root 2. So length of the diagonal is A root 2. Even this diagonal is going to be A root 2. So when I want height H, that is going to be A root 2 by 2. Okay. So you can see here height is A root 2 by 2. So we will make use of that. And moment of inertia about this about two triangles of its base is given by bh cubed by 12. So b is a root 2, h is a root 2 by 2. So bh cubed by 12, which is written over here, and then solve for cancel the numericals whatever is possible, and then you will be left up with a value of a raised to 4 raised to 4. Okay, very simple but very tricky kind of an example. Lastly, we have one more example. I will show it in another. Okay. I hope this is visible. So in this case, we have, I'll just go across. It's visible. Okay. Find the least radius of gyration about x axis. Now radius of gyration about x means rx, which is given by under root ix by a. Okay. I by a is radius of gyration. If I want to find the mi of this axis, they have given you x axis, they have given you y axis. So I divide this into a triangle, a rectangle, and a semicircle. So for a triangle, I know the mi equations bh cubed by 12 or bh cubed by 36 and Iyy. For a rectangle, I know bd cubed by 12, and for a semicircle, it is ix is 0.11 r raised to 4, Iyy is 5 r raised to 4 by 8. You will see the same things here. I'll put it in form of tabular column. Area xy are your centroidal. Ax ay is I'll multiply the area into x and y. Then ax square ay square, and then we have the moment of inertia equations over here. Okay, so we can directly look into the moment of inertia equations. In case of first figure, that is a rectangle, is going to be d cubed by 12. D is 100, d is 75, 55. So 100 into 55 square by 12, bd cubed by 12. Okay, bd cubed by 12. Iyy is going to be reverse of that. So db cubed by 12. D is 55, B is 100, db cubed by 12. Then we have a triangle, bh cubed by 36. So for a triangle, its x-axis will be somewhere drawn over here, right? So ix is going to be bh cubed by 12, and Iyy also is bh cubed by 12. According to the figure, you will be substituting it in the values. Bh cubed by 36, sorry. Then you have a semicircle wherein ix is 0.11 r raised to 4 and Iyy is pi r raised to 4 by 8. You take a sum, substitute in the equation, and you'll get the value of ix and Iyy. And using that in k equation under root I by a, you get the values of radius of gyration. Out of these two, whichever is minimum, that becomes a minimum radius of gyration. Next, I would like to show you one. This is already seen, same example. This is taken from the textbook. Already circulated the textbook to you people. Just go through the solutions. Okay. I think the numerical is missing. This is one kind of its own mi about AB. So I have a triangle about the base. I have a semicircle about the base. Add these two. Then deduct a circle about the CG, or you say semicircle about base and semicircle about base. We'll be solving this particular numerical like that. This is the T section. So BD cube by 12, BD cube by 12. Again BD cube by 12, BD cube by 12, BD cube, and following the same. So it's very simple, but everywhere you're using for a triangle IX and IYY. Then this is a triangular wherein the opening is there. For this you will have an IXX like this, and you will have an IYY, and then you have to deduct for this again BD cube by 12. I think this would be sufficient. This book is already okay. There is one numerical over here. Determine the moment of inertia about PQ and AB. So there is a semicircle, there is a rectangle, and there is a triangle. When I'm writing about this base, everywhere I have to make sure that I apply the parallel axis theorem. So I self of this plus AH square, H becomes this distance in case of XX, and it becomes this distance in case of YY. Similarly, a rectangle about its XX, and the distance X is this is X and this is Y. And for the triangle, I wanted to go through this so that you try. If you're not getting it, we will be solving it for you. Thank you.